4.
It's 5:30, so we'll call to order this meeting for Tuesday, January 17th. Kathy, welcome. Would you start us off with a roll call, please?
Councilmember Ronayne.
Present.
Falberg.
Present.
Liebelt.
Present.
Reif. Johnson.
Present.
Reinbold. Langer.
Present.
Novstrop. Mayor Shoneman.
Present. Please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. First order of business will be to approve this meeting's agenda. I'm not aware of any changes, so if someone would have a motion for that, I would take it.
Move to approve it as is.
I'll second it.
A motion from Councilman Johnson, second from Councilwoman Liebelt. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we've got the approval of the minutes for our meeting 2 weeks ago on January 3rd. I would accept the motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Second.
A motion from Councilwoman Foberg and a second from Councilman Johnson. Any changes or anything like that from the council? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion does carry. Move along to our consent calendar where we've got 5 items, including requests for proposals, some lottery notices on sale, liquor license hearing dates, etc. Take a motion to approve our consent calendar for this meeting.
Moved.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Ronayne and a second from Councilwoman Liebelt. Anything from the council on this action? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Move along to our old business where we've got a possible second reading and final adoption of ordinance titled 230102, which amends the city code regarding sidewalks. Passed without exception last meeting on the 3rd. Take a motion for the possible second reading.
Move to approve.
I'll second it.
And a motion from Councilman Johnson, second from Councilman Ronayne. Brett, did you lead that one or did you?
I actually led that one, and no changes. Exciting news, though. I actually did get an email from a citizen saying they thought this was a good idea and supported it. So that was exciting. I wanted to share that.
1 for 1 in the public hearing.
What
on
a
that
win.
one.
Congratulations.
That's good.
100%.
I know other people that are also excited that didn't send you an email, so I guess maybe the tally is a little bit higher than 1. Anyone from the council have any final thoughts on this before we take a vote on the second and final reading? Kathy, would you give us a roll call, please?
Ronayne.
Aye.
Falberg.
Aye.
Liebelt.
Aye.
Reif. Johnson,
Aye.
Reinbold, Langer,
Aye.
Knopstrop, Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion does carry. Next, we've got a second piece of old business titled the possible second reading and final adoption of ordinance 230103, which amends the city code regarding the definition of the word owner. And that sounds a little bit like something Bill Clinton would say, right, Ron?
I suppose.
Remember he had that big thing?
Depends on what is.
Yeah.
So is that what?
That was his thing. I don't know. Had to be there.
You're too
no,
young,
you didn't.
Tiffany.
I loved. Never mind. Don't even put anything on the
She
record.
loves the definition of the word is. I take a motion.
I will move to approve.
Yeah, it's going to fight.
No, you can
No,
have
you
it.
can have it.
I'll take the second.
I've got a motion from Councilwoman Langer, second from Councilwoman Fulberg. Ron, anything unique or interesting about this since we last voted?
Mr. Mayor, this ordinance amendment falls in the category of less than thrilling. And I didn't even get a single comment from anybody, but we'd recommend approval.
All right. Kathy, would you go ahead with a roll call vote for us, please?
Councilmember Langer,
Aye.
Reinbold, Johnson,
Aye.
Reif, Liebelt,
Aye.
Falberg,
Aye.
Ronayne,
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion does carry. We'll move along to our new business where we've got a requested approval to purchase a Polaris Ranger UTV in the amount of $34,798.55 from Polaris Sales Incorporated for our fire department. Chief Weig is here to tell us a little bit about that purchase. Chief?
Yeah, good evening, and thank you. Requesting approval to purchase a Polaris UTV directly from Polaris Sales to replace a 2004 John Deere Trailgater, which the fire department had received from U.S. Smokeless Tobacco as a donation back in 2004. This new UTV will also be utilized as a winter rescue unit, which will replace the former tracked snow bear machine that we used to have. And it comes in under budget, and hopefully we can take possession of it in 120 to 210 days. So not too long of a delay.
Move to approve.
Second.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilwoman Langer and a second from Councilman Johnson. Does anyone on the council
I have a
have any
question.
questions? Go ahead, Councilwoman.
If you need somebody to test drive that, I would be willing to do that for you.
Okay, sounds good.
That's all I've got.
What's the top speed?
Actually, I think it's governed at 70 miles an hour.
Oh, I'm for sure test driving that. Just need to make sure it
That,
works.
that's with the wheels. The track speed is going to be less. On tracks, it's going to be about 45 miles an hour.
It's a nice unit.
Kathy, would you give us a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Ronayne,
Aye.
Falberg,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Reif, Johnson,
Aye.
Reinbold, Langer,
Aye.
Knopstrop, Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion does carry. Next, we've got the, thank you for joining us, Chief. Next, we've got a request approval of a payment number 2 and number 3 in the total amount of $347,090 to Banner Associates, Inc. for professional engineering services on our water reclamation facility improvement and expansion project. Wastewater Manager Peggy is here with us. Peggy, thanks for joining us.
You're
What can you
welcome.
tell us about this payment? These
It's
two
actually
payments.
pay request 2 and 3. We've already had one prior, a smaller dollar amount. These are 2 rather substantial pay requests. One is right around 80,000, the other is 270 some thousand dollars, and it's for a lot of the pre-engineering services that they did. They've scanned the entire plant with LiDAR. So we have all of these data points where they can begin rendering drawings. They've already rendered like 300 drawings for the updates, and now they're getting into specifics, you know, which buildings we're working with first, different equipment vendors, what will fit, what will not. You know, we're kind of landlocked there, and we don't have a lot of usable space, if you will. So we're trying to get the best bang for the buck, and in order to upsize.
Move to approve payments 2 and 3.
I'll second 2 and 3.
Got a motion from Councilman Johnson and a second from Councilwoman Liebelt. Anyone on the council have any questions for Peggy? Hearing none, I would take ask for a roll call vote from Kathy on the approval of these two payments. Kathy?
Councilmember Langer,
Aye.
Reinbold, Johnson,
Aye.
Reif, Liebelt,
Aye.
Fauberg,
Aye.
Ronayne.
Aye. Mayor Schwaneman.
Mayor Shoneman.
Thanks for the prompt. I will also vote positive on that one. In the affirmative, aye. Motion does carry. Thanks for joining us, Peggy. Appreciate it. Glad to see you as always. Next, we've got our possible approval and authorization for the city manager to sign the associated documents for the state agreements for the FAA airport improvement projects. Amendment number 1 to agreement 717657 for the AIP taxiway geometry project and GA apron phase 1 design. Amendment number 1 to the agreement titled 718147 to the apron reconstruction project phase 1B, and amendment titled number 1 for the agreement 718148 for phase 1 of the design of the runway rehab project as well as the lighting projects. That was a lot of numbers there. Rich, what can you tell us about those agreement amendments?
Yeah, this was actually discovered by my admin assistant, Rhea, when she was doing some stuff at year end to prepare for the audit. She questioned the state on some of the language, and it turns out that their template that they use, they forgot to change some numbers when they initially awarded this. So they issued the amendment, and what it does reduces the state's contribution from 5% to 2.5%. So it's kind of cleaning up some language so that hopefully we'll have an audit that says no findings again.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Ronayne and a second from Councilman Johnson. Thank you, gentlemen. Does anyone have any questions about the particulars to Rich? It sounds like it was a good catch.
Rich, Mayor, if I
Go
may.
ahead.
So as the state steps away from its 2.5% that you mentioned, so the city's contribution
Increases
by that.
Yep. Sorry, I didn't clarify that.
Anything else from the council? Kathy, would you run us through a roll call vote on this one, please?
Councilmember Ronayne,
Aye.
Fauberg,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Reif, Johnson,
Aye.
Reinbold, Langer,
Aye.
Knobstrop, Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion does carry. Thank you for joining us, Rich.
I'm gonna hang out for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. The next
Yay.
one is for you. Well, while you're up there, we'll take a vote on a possible approval of payments for the work on airport improvement projects and to authorize the city manager to sign those particular pay requests. Payment titled number 38 for the geometry project to Helms for $244.36, as well as payment number 4 for the runway rehab light project to Helms and Associates for the amount of $24,959.79. This is what we're more commonly hearing you speak on. Rich, why don't you tell us about those payment requests?
Right, so 7D1 payment 38 is just some admin costs that we're paying down, and then 7D2 for $24,959.79 is for some continued engineering work and design work for the runway rehab project.
I'll move to approve both payments.
I'll second both.
I've got a motion from Councilman Johnson and a second from Councilwoman Liebelt. Does anyone from the council have any questions for our transportation director while he's up there? All right, Kathy, roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Langer,
Aye.
Reinbold, Johnson,
Aye.
Reif, Liebelt,
Aye.
Fauberg,
Aye.
Ronayne.
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion does carry.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Next, we've got a review and approval of our claims and payroll. The bills are for this week, January 17th, and the payroll is for the period of January 1st through the 14th, as well as the associated costs with the payroll payments. I would take a motion. Someone's got to want to pay the bills.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilwoman Liebelt and a second from Councilman Johnson. Kathy, would you give us a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Ronayne,
I abstain as to payments to B&B Contracting and Schwann Welding, but vote in the affirmative on all other bills.
Fauberg,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Reif, Johnson,
Aye.
Reinbold, Langer,
Aye.
Knobstrop, Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion does carry. Next, we've got our city manager's report. Joe, what can you tell us here today?
A couple of things. First, thanks to Kathy for pitch hitting. Finance Officer Jordan McQuillan is at the Leadership Aberdeen class. Also attending that is Tyler Bierman, so we've got a couple folks in there, so that's good. Thanks to our Public Works crew, they got out and made quick work on snow removal today and have cleaned things up. Over the weekend, it got a little soft and a little fresh snow. Helped give us an excuse to get out there, and they were glad to do so. That's all I have.
Thank you, Joe. So in terms of downtown parking lots, they got a good start on it ahead of schedule last night going around cars. Are they anticipating needing to go do the cleanup work tomorrow night?
The downtown at 10 o'clock, you'll see all sorts of activity. We have the day shifts done and the night shift will start. But Robin,
And that'll be
something
Wednesday night, though, right?
So we typically do, we'll try to clean up, if we've got time, we'll do some cleanup in the lots again tonight. If not, we'll be out, if we need to go back out again on Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we will. But a lot of times people will have moved out of the spots that have snow into the cleared areas. And that way we can pick up the piles during the day rather than having crews out at night. So it's kind of a game time decision how we go about it, but hopefully people can move out of those areas that have snow.
Thank you, gentlemen. So if anyone is watching and has a car parked in one of those lots, please move it to a spot that's already been plowed before tomorrow night or before tonight even. Sounds as though. Sounds good. Well, we have an executive session for a personnel matter, so we'll take a few minute break to clear the room, and then when we return, we will have to take a vote to move to executive session.
Hopefully the parking ticket people can get out when all the snow's gone. We just